Your hyper combos, your delayed hyper combos, your tags, your assists, all back. Yes, the infinites, maybe not. It's all back. We got the same battle designer for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 back on 3, but this one we're trying to open the gates up to everybody and make everybody remember what's so amazing about games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and fighting games in general. Get everybody to come on board with us. It's really a limitless gameplay engine. There's so many possibilities. I see something new literally every single day. And we're full of new features as well, things like the X Factor ability, air tags, and of course all of our new characters, which we're talking about here today. So let's do a little talking about the Marvel guys. Let's talk a little bit about simple play. Of course, this is a simplified version of the controls for new players. So anybody that hasn't had a chance to really get into fighting games, or you always have a friend that when they play for the first time, they're like, you're like, well, you need to learn how to block, and you need to understand. You gotta throw out low forward, and then you gotta be careful. And they're like, look, just shut up and tell me how to throw the big fireball. And then they spend the whole round trying to throw the big fireball, but they can't, and they just get annoyed and quit. So we want to give those guys a chance to get in and figure out what the fun behind these games is really all about. So simplified controls is one of the ways we can do that. So you can get chain combos now on just one button. All of your punches and kicks are assigned to one button. Specials can be done with one button or a direction in that button. And super is also executed with one button. Your tag buttons and your launcher are still the same. But this lets anybody who's never been able to play a fighting game before get in the door. Another concern for people, I think, is, well, the simplified mode's going to be too good. I don't want to play against guys like that online, or I don't want to play against simple mode players. You're giving up a lot when you're playing simple mode, I'll say that. So characters like Dante have, I believe, close in the neighborhood of 40 special moves right now. That's just specials. So in simple mode, you get 4. And instead of all the characters' supers and their level 3s and whatever, you get 1 super. And it's on one button. So if you're concerned about like, oh, simple mode's gonna be too good, or I have to worry about these guys, if you're losing to the simple mode guys, you got bigger problems. So really, there's nothing to worry about for anybody that's already a great player, but if you've got friends that you want to try and get into fighting games for a minute, they don't have to struggle with just trying to do the super fireball anymore. They can bust it out at the touch of a button, so they can start thinking about the strategy. And what's really great about Marvel vs. Capcom games, they can think about when to throw that super fireball instead of just struggling to bust it out. So let's go down and show you just a brief run through of how easy this can be.